Hi,
Hello.
Ritesh.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Okay. Hi. Hi. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Yeah, I was just hoping I would come exactly on time there. So yes, thank you. Thank you very much for booking us in uh, during the um, during this, and we having an interview about what you've done. Obviously, for every viewers, it's right from Woman Agenda podcast, and this is obviously Christine. Hopefully, I'll pronounce this right. Is it Lakhiani?
Yes, Kristina Mand-Lakhiani. Yeah.
Lakhiani, fantastic. On there, so you've done lots of stuff, Christine. I can see. It's been a great journey what you've been doing on there. So if we start off with Mindvalley, which you founded with your partner, how did this all happen with Mindvalley?
Yeah, I was a partner. The partner who you just mentioned, Vishen. We used to be married, and Vishen is the person who is passionate about personal growth and transformation. And at that time, I was searching myself because I had a huge career shift. So I happened to help Vishen with his new startup because I had time on my hands, and then. When I started my career, I was thinking of something completely different, definitely not personal growth. But with time, it grew on me, and I got more and more involved into that. It wasn't like a very straightforward path, because after we started Mindvalley, I had come and gone a few times, but I have been from the very
Right.
beginning. And it took a few years to realize that this is the thing that I want to do, and this is actually my passion, even if it wasn't a conscious choice and my intention from the very beginning. But yes, I ended up in Mindvalley a little bit, or I would say rather accidentally.
So what does the Mindvalley exactly contain? So it's obviously something to do with the students. And is that
Mindvalley,
like, yeah,
yeah, in a nutshell, Mindvalley is one of the world's biggest educational platforms in the field of personal growth and transformation. And to make it a little bit
right,
more illustrative, we are a school for life. I think that's the easiest way to describe it, because we provide education in all the areas which are not covered by academic education. So, but they're still incredibly important for a happy, fulfilled, meaningful life. So it would be such areas as relationships, health, fitness, spirituality, meditation, healing. So all sorts
right.
of areas which are important in life. Yet, yeah, school doesn't teach it, because traditionally we are supposed to know it somehow without being taught.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So, I mean, was it much of a launching this with obviously your partner at that time, like you said? How risky was it to launch this, and did you need any support to to fund this?
Um, Business by definition is taking risks. There are no guarantees in business, but then
Yeah,
if we take it very philosophically, everything in life is risk, because life is unpredictable. It wasn't a hard journey for us, because it
yeah,
was a business of passion. And for a while, after we had started Mindvalley, we still did other things parallel to the business. So there wasn't ever a moment where I felt uncertain or unsure about what we had done. I know that Vishen was a little more engaged in day-to-day running of the business in the very early stages. I mean, even now, but in the early stages when I was still undecided. We, like any other business, we've had our ups and downs. We've had our hard situations. But if you do business for passion, then that's the best motivation to go through those dark patches, because you know that that you're doing it not just to earn profit or earn money. You do it because you believe in what you do.
yeah. And now you've expanded Mindvalley to where you're helping like thousands of students around the world.
We're talking about millions. It's
Millions. Wow.
yeah, we are the world's in that niche. We're probably the world's largest. Of course, there are other players in personal growth and transformation. For example, Hay House, the company that publishes my book, they are a traditional publisher of books who are the biggest in our industry. There are, for example, podcasts maybe who are the biggest in the industry. So from a different point of view, we are probably one of the biggest players in our industry of personal growth and transformation, and even education. So yeah, it's a big company. It's been a long time ago. I mean, we started it 20 years ago. It's now
Wow.
a different generation of this company.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, helping millions of students, that's a massive journey that is to get to that stage. That's
Well,
remarkable.
our goal is actually 1 billion, because we want to have a tipping point. We believe that humanity lacks education on how to live meaningful, extraordinary, happy lives. So we
Yeah.
would like to reach 1 billion, and that's quite an ambitious goal. So, with that goal in mind, we still have a long way to go.
Yeah, definitely, and I'm sure you will definitely get to that stage. You are obviously releasing your first book, which is coming out, which is called, is it Flawesome? Is it
Yeah, it's called BecomingFlawesome. It's an
BecomingFlawesome?
yeah, it's an unusual word, and I think people, the world at large, still doesn't quite understand it, or yeah. So it is a new word.
Yeah, and it seems it is very interesting, this book, and obviously shares your journey on becoming a top, is it personal growth, and so it shares your journey. So how long has it taken you to write this book?
Well, I have to actually explain that it is not. It is inspired by my personal journey for sure, but
Yeah.
it is not by any means. It's not my story, and
Okay.
in fact, people who read it, they will not even piece my story together. I use my personal life occasionally as an illustration to certain points. It is a journey for readers. So it is a book which talks about finding your path back to you, but it talks about it in more abstract terms, and as in different people in different stages in life, with different questions in their lives, will be able to follow it. It's not written to inspire other people by my own example, for sure. Not like that. How long it took to write me? It wasn't so long to write it.
Right.
It took me it was a COVID baby, so I wrote it about March to about November. But even that time, so many things were happening. So it's not like I was sitting and writing 8-hour days from March to November. It was more a few hours every morning. But
Right.
writing in itself is an easy process. The question is, how long does it take to formulate your message, to understand how to explain your ideas, to create a system to explain that transformation journey. And then probably the longest part of creating the book was and is editing and publishing it to make it paper and ink kind of
Definitely.
book. That's the longest journey, apparently.
Yeah, definitely. It's all takes a lot of time, doesn't it? I mean, obviously, getting a book out, preparing it, editing the book, making sure
Marketing
everything.
the book.
Marketing is a massive thing. Yeah, exactly. Marketing is a massive thing in getting a book out. And obviously, it's coming out June 23. Very exciting for everyone, obviously, who's going to be able to read the book. So it'll be available everywhere in all good bookstores.
Yes, it will be, and that's the most exciting thing. Of course, if for those people who live in
Excellent.
America, if you are not in the USA, actually, I wonder about Canada. I have to ask from my publisher. But for those people who are, let's say, in Europe or elsewhere, it will be available to purchase online, and it will be shipped to them as well. But in the bookstores, yes, and that's exciting part of it.
Absolutely. That's very interesting, and absolutely, and I'm sure you are really looking forward to doing this. Obviously, marketing the book, like you said, and obviously you'd probably be doing a lot of interviews regarding the book, and obviously, and telling more about it through different mediums. And now, obviously, like the mediums now, obviously, online is a big thing now. Obviously, podcasts, and obviously there's other forms as well. So obviously, it's going to be available online. It's going to be available in the physical bookstores as well in
Yes.
America. Yeah.
Yes, it will be. Yeah. And online, you will still get the physical book if you order it online as well. And of course, there will be an electronic version of it as well,
Okay.
because nowadays that's the thing. Unfortunately, I don't, except for Kindle, I don't even know how they're called, because I like physical books, as you can see by my background.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Oh, fantastic. So yeah, absolutely. So this is your first book. Is it your first book?
It is my first book,
Your
yes.
first book. Okay.
But you see, the book is just a format which has changed, but I've been a teacher and I have programs for quite a few years. So I've worked with people, but a book is a different story altogether, in my opinion. I enjoyed writing it. I can't wait for it to be launched. But it is my first one, yes.
Definitely. So definitely exciting, especially when an author releases their first book. And when I've spoken to authors, they've definitely been really excited about the first book coming out. So yeah, it's a special feeling, definitely for sure, getting your first book out there. And it seems very interesting, the book, obviously. Well, what I've read about the book, uh, and about what it tells and everything. So it seems very interesting. So I'm sure it will be an exciting read, your book. So so is there any is there any plans to keep on writing then?
I would love to, because I enjoy writing. What's the next book going to be about? I can't tell yet. I have been playing with a few
Yeah.
ideas. I wanted to write a similar book for children. It is a scary idea, though, because I think talking to children is such a responsible job, and I wonder if I have the what it takes to talk to children. So we'll see. I have no idea what's the next one is going to be, because my books are not conceived as a business plan. They are inspired by I do not know where the inspiration comes from, but they have to be born because I feel that I have something to share and I have something to say, not because somebody tells me that I have to.
Okay. Yeah, and I can obviously see we have just a few minutes left. So regarding this, but yeah, a lot of obviously the viewers would be able to or already understand what they be able to see in your book. And uh, with the book itself, do you see when people will be able to see the book? I don't know if you know this already. Will they be able to see like a sample of the book, or like what is?
I wouldn't be able to tell, but I think
Yeah,
if that's what Amazon does, then probably there will be. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I think there's something like that. But yeah, I'm sure there is something like that. But yeah, definitely it's good. It's going to be a great reading. So obviously, uh, your main thing which you do obviously is Mindvalley. That's the main, isn't it? Which you do.
It's a big thing that I do,
A
yes,
big thing.
but I do a lot of other things as well. And me as an author is also part of my work with Mindvalley. It's a logical conclusion, not conclusion. God, I hope it's not so early yet, but it's a logical continuation of my work with Mindvalley. So yes, but I do other things as well in life, of course, because there's life is so wonderful to it needs to be experienced. So I do arts and music, and I have children, so there are a lot of wonderful things that happen. But yes, Mindvalley is my main business and it's my main occupation.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So, does that give you any when you're running Mindvalley, and obviously it's a full-time profession, written, obviously you got this book coming out, which is exciting. Do you have any time to do anything else, or do you have like a spare time to do anything else during the week?
I have plenty of spare time because I value my emotional and mental well-being. So I create spare time if I need to.
Yeah,
And I do not think that, and that's something which probably contradicts a lot of people's ideas, but I do not believe that it is busy work that creates results or creates any kind of achievements or success for that matter. So I try to avoid busy type of work and focus on things which fulfill me, which actually let me express myself, and if you choose what you do carefully, you'll have space to do quite a lot of things. Yes, there are episodes in my life where I have to put everything else on hold and focus. For example, when we have events, it's a few days of very intense presence at the event. And at that time, maybe my hobbies, my children might not see me for a while. But if you look at my life in general,
yeah,
then I am probably one of the most laid back people you will see in business.
yeah, definitely, and obviously you must be, like you said, balancing things pretty well. Obviously, like you said, you got kids as well, family. So definitely, it probably does make you want to keep on having the right balance, um, have the right balance of things, and definitely mental well-being is very, very important, as we've seen in the last
For sure.
during the COVID time, especially.
Well,
There was
not
a lot.
just, not
Yeah.
just. I think during COVID times, people had the opportunity to notice how important it is, but it has been important always. And it's just that sometimes rather than dealing with our emotional or mental well-being, we try to escape into things which are more familiar and more tangible. That's why we keep ourselves busy. And it's we just are a little more aware of how bad the situation has become, because COVID kind of was like a catalyst to this situation. But I think the importance has always been there. It's just that we haven't had this discussion as a society.
And before obviously we finish, Kristina, is there anything else you want to say to the people, the viewers, regarding your book or regarding anything, or how do they contact you as well?
Yeah, I would really appreciate if you guys actually dropped by my website and maybe grabbed a book. But if you are interested in what I do and what I teach and in the things that I write, then my website is the place to get connected. It's KristinaMand.com. It's spelled with a K, Kristina Mand. And there you would find my programs, my book, my social media, everything, and me as well.
Thank you. I know we're run out of time there, Kristina. Thank you very much to your team for bringing you on the Woman Agenda podcast with myself, Raj. Thank you very much, Kristina.
Thank
You
you,
very
Raj,
much.
for having me. Yes.
Thank you very much. Take care. Have all the success in your book. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Success to you as well.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.